Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. We're about to dive into a company filing that is a bit of a do-over, an amendment to a previous report, and it looks like they're trying to clarify some executive compensation details. Let us see what that really means for Capstone Green Energy Holdings Incorporated. Before we dive in, if you are enjoying these straightforward breakdowns of confusing corporate documents, make sure you hit that subscribe button for a deeper dive and to chat with us and other corporate curious folks. Join our Discord community linked in the description below. Alright, so what we have here is an amendment to a previous report, an 8K called Form 8K/A, meaning amendment number 1. Think of it like this: they filed a report, then realized they needed to add a bit more information, especially about a key executive role. The original report was filed back in November of 2025, and this amendment is to add some financial details about their interim chief financial officer. The company is Capstone Green Energy Holdings Incorporated. You might know them by their ticker symbol CGA that trades on the OTCQX exchange. Back in October of 2025, the company had already announced that John P. Miller, a board member and the head of their audit committee, was stepping in as the interim chief financial officer starting the 2nd of November of 2025. This amendment is really about the money side of that appointment. So what they're clarifying is the compensation. It turns out Mr. Miller isn't directly employed by Capstone as the interim CFO. Instead, his services are being provided through a separate company called BBR Financial Solutions Incorporated, and there is a consulting agreement in place. This agreement was entered into on the 10th of November of 2025. Now, let's talk about the numbers. Capstone Green Energy Holdings Incorporated will be paying BBR Financial Solutions Incorporated an hourly rate of $375 directly for Mr. Miller's work as the interim chief financial officer. While $375 an hour might sound like a lot for a senior financial role, especially in a consulting capacity, it is not entirely out of the ordinary. The key takeaway here is that the company is using a consultant for this critical role, which can sometimes offer flexibility but might also signal a temporary solution or a way to manage executive costs. With Mr. Miller stepping into the CFO role, there was a shuffle in leadership. Christopher J. Close has now been appointed to the Audit Committee and will be serving as its chair. This is important because the Audit Committee plays a crucial role in overseeing the company's financial reporting, internal controls, and the work of its independent auditors. This change suggests a reallocation of responsibilities to ensure proper oversight continues. This amendment also includes the actual consulting agreement as an exhibit, listed as Exhibit Number 10-1. While we don't have the full details of the agreement in this summary, having it filed publicly allows for greater transparency. It allows anyone interested to see the specific terms and conditions of the arrangement between Capstone Green Energy Holdings Incorporated and BBR Financial Solutions Incorporated. And for all you tech-savvy investors out there, they've also included the cover page interactive data file formatted in inline XBRL, which is basically a standardized way to present financial information digitally. This is Exhibit 101. This makes it easier for financial software to read and process the data, though for us, it is more about understanding the story behind the numbers. Now, let's look at the bigger picture for Capstone Green Energy Holdings Incorporated. This filing, being an amendment, doesn't contain broad financial statements like a full 10K or 10Q. Instead, it focuses on a very specific piece of the puzzle, the compensation and leadership changes related to the interim chief financial officer role. What this tells us is that the company is actively managing its executive team. Bringing in an interim CFO through a consulting firm can be a strategic move. It allows them to quickly fill a critical vacancy without the long-term commitment of a permanent hire, especially if they are undergoing significant changes or are in a search for a long-term candidate. The hourly rate of $375 for Mr. Miller's services through BBR Financial Solutions Incorporated, while substantial on an hourly basis, when annualized and factored against the typical responsibilities of a CFO, might be a cost-effective solution for the company at this point. The fact that a board member is stepping into such a role, even as an interim, can sometimes indicate a level of confidence in their internal expertise or a temporary measure due to specific circumstances. However, it also means that the Audit Committee, which Mr. Miller previously chaired, now has a new leader in Christopher J. Close. This transition in leadership for the Audit Committee is worth keeping an eye on, as the Audit Committee's effectiveness is paramount to investor confidence. One of the potential risks or opportunities with using consulting arrangements like this is the level of integration and long-term commitment. A consultant might bring expertise but might not have the same vested interest in the company's long-term strategic goals as a full-time permanent executive. Conversely, it offers flexibility and access to specialized skills without the immediate burden of long-term employment contracts. In terms of company direction, Capstone Green Energy Holdings Incorporated is in the renewable energy sector, a space that's seeing a lot of global attention and investment. However, the company has faced its share of challenges historically, including financial restructuring and leadership changes. This amendment, while focused on a specific aspect, is part of the ongoing narrative of how the company is navigating its operational and financial landscape. The appointment of an interim CFO and the subsequent changes to the audit committee suggest the company is prioritizing financial stability and oversight, which are crucial for investor confidence, especially in a sector that can be capital intensive and subject to regulatory shifts. We need to look at future filings to see if this is a bridge to a permanent solution or a longer-term strategy. Overall, this amendment to the 8K provides a specific detail about executive compensation and leadership that was not fully disclosed in the original filing. It highlights a practical approach to filling a key financial role, but underscores the importance of watching how these temporary arrangements evolve and impact the company's future financial strategy and stability. Alright, that is our breakdown of Capstone Green Energy Holdings Incorporated's latest filing amendment. What is your take on their approach to filling the CFO role and the leadership changes within the audit committee? Do you think using a consulting firm is a smart move for the company right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us out, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more corporate insights. Don't forget to check out the Discord link in the description to join the conversation. Thanks for watching. See you next time.